Someday I'll get the lighting right for this room. I most of the time forget how it's supposed to go. But in response to a message I got on my previous video about the chapel speaker, since it's Wednesday and we just had it, it was kind of cool. Chapel speaker, of course, spoke on homosexuality, but he kind of gave his testimony, and it was really cool because even though homosexuality is kind of what we're talking about this week, he didn't focus on that in a way. Like, he went through and told his story about how he grew up and realized he had attractions to males, and then he got into drugs and went off, had a very promiscuous life, ended up getting caught by the cops for having 9 point something kilos. He had a whole bunch of weed, and he went to jail for 10 years, and then during that time they also diagnosed him with HIV, and then his sentence was down to 6. I don't remember why, but during that period of time his parents were trying to help him. Like, they had recently become Christians, and so they were kind of trying to talk to him and everything. And so after maybe before he went, I don't exactly remember, but basically his parents helped him, and then he found his way towards his relationship with Christ, and it kind of completely turned his life around. And after that, he went and he now teaches at Moody Institute, which I'm pretty sure is in Chicago. So, like, his life, total 360. It's an amazing testimony. It really is, to sit there and read it. And I'll definitely put a link to his page in the information below, so that if you care to look and to see who I'm talking about or hear his story, he kind of has information also on his page. But I found him to be a really amazing speaker, because even though he was talking about the promiscuity and the drugs, he made it clear that he's not saying all gay people are like that. He's just, this is a part of his life, this is a part of his life, this is a part of his life. And I really like how he did that. He split it up to show that back then, yes, he felt that his sexuality did define a lot of his life, but now he knows that it's just a part. He is now a celibate man. He doesn't really identify as gay or straight, which might be difficult to understand depending on what your understanding is. And it might be easier for some other people to understand if their thought process works, if they think more along those lines. But being a Christian man, he's very big. His relationship with Christ is the biggest part of his life. Kind of the same of how mine is, but I still think he is, my goodness, he's an amazing man. But he chose the relationship with Christ over the homosexual relationships that he believes is wrong according to the Bible. So through his own choice, he now lives a celibate life, focusing on his relationship with Christ. And just because of that, don't write him off. I mean, I don't think everybody would, but I don't know, it's just a difficult topic, depending on who you are, how you think, what you think about certain things. But I would say just don't write him off just because his belief is that it's wrong. And don't write him off just because you may feel he's tricking himself, or that he's just confused. We all kind of have our own journeys, and I don't think it's right for us to tell somebody that they're not a certain thing. I like taking people at face value. If you're going to tell me you're gay, straight, lesbian, asexual, intergender, anything, I'm going to just be like, okay, you are. I don't question it. But this guy, yeah. And so he talks about that, and he talks a lot about how we should focus more on our relationship and our identity in Christ rather than any sexuality, because it's not the opposite of homosexuality is heterosexuality, which is what he got to. It's that both of them opposite is holiness, because you can't say that if homosexuality is wrong, then heterosexuality is right, because definitely in the Bible they say bad things about heterosexuality more often. Like there's adultery and fornication and just so many things that are specific in the Bible, specific towards heterosexuality, whereas homosexuality they group as one thing. So, and if you're very much into theology and I say something wrong, I'm totally sorry. But it's just the fact that they're not saying one's normal, one's the other. They're both here. And the other one that you could have is your identity in Christ and not in your sexuality, either way. But yeah, I have 3 pages of notes. He spoke this morning. He had a Q&A thing on tonight, Wednesday night, and then he'll have another chapel that he speaks Thursday. If you guys want me to specifically go through and talk over the notes I've made for each chapel, I'd be happy to. But that's up to you. I mean, I don't want to make more videos that you guys don't really care to listen to, because this is all for you. Me being able to be used to outreach to you, but also for you to communicate with me, because I'll definitely learn from you guys just as you may learn from me. Community, two-way thing. But yeah, so till next time, bye.